Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. Good evening. Hopefully, you had a beautiful day and an even better night. Today, I uploaded a video and I wanted to thank each and every one of you for your prayers and well wishes and your support that I've been getting. It really does make a difference. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful to my family, and I'm grateful to each and every person involved that helps to rid me of this horrible, horrible disease. Hello, Gail. Hello, Watermelon Sugar. Well, I came on here so I can let you guys know that, hi, Angela, baby girl. I came on here to let you guys know that I found out today that my surgery is next Wednesday. The surgeon that I met with today was very nice, and he really took his time to make sure that I understood everything that's about to happen. I freaked out just a little bit, but that's to be expected. It's a lot that I have to retain. Uh my understanding from him is that the cancer is spreading, and that is why they want to make sure that as soon as I'm ready for surgery, that they want to do it as quickly as possible. I found out today that it's a possibility that I could lose my spleen, but that is something that I can live without. The liver and the diaphragm have been affected, and part of my bowel. So, this surgeon was telling me that it's a very low risk that I could have complications. Hi, Regina. And if I do, they're prepared for it. He also told me that this is a surgery that he is very familiar with. He's done it a few times, and he doesn't see why I shouldn't come out of this just fine. He allowed me to look at my scans, but I really don't understand what I'm looking at. But I do know that it's a possibility that I may lose a little piece of liver, maybe. And they also said that because it affects my bowel and they see it in my bowel, um, they may have to cut a portion out. And if they have to do that, they will reattach it. And in order for me not to get septic or have bacteria build up, I would have to wear a temporary colostomy bag. That kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I was reassured that it's going to be temporary if that's what has to happen. I was 226 when I left the surgeon, the first surgeon, and now it's 215 and dropping. They're saying that that's what happens, to the body and the weight with this type of cancer and the chemo and other medications. I'm a little nervous. Uh, not nervous that I feel like my God is not going to cover me. I know I'm smothered and covered. I know I have the best prayer warriors on the planet praying for me. I also met with another surgeon. So at this particular time, there are 3 surgeons on standby. I also met the people who will be assisting the surgeons. So I was able to talk with them, and they were able to answer some questions that I didn't quite understand. But what I know is that this cancer has to go. It can't stay here. This is not of God, and it can't stay here. So that's my prayer. Their intent is to go in and remove all of the cancer. I did see little spots where they could show me where it's little spots, where it was around my diaphragm. And it's a lot of pain around my diaphragm. And that's because that's where it's going. But this is something that I've made peace with. This is something that I have already touched and agreed in prayer that I'm going to get through. And I've done my best to try to keep you guys informed of what's happening. I refuse to go on camera because you can see it in my face. But God is an awesome God. And I was taught that in order for God to hear my prayer, I have to go through his son, Jesus Christ. And that's what I did. It's very understandable that every now and then in the still, when I'm by myself in my thoughts, that I just take a deep breath and I try to remember what they told me. Thank you, Bashful. I love you, baby. That I have to settle my mind so my mind can be one with my body. It is official, which it was before, but it definitely is now, that the BRCA gene, which is the gene, it's a breast cancer gene, and it's a mutation that makes you predisposed to breast cancer. And that is something that I could possibly pass on to my children or their children. That I had to make peace with. I've talked to them, and through my DNA and through my swabs and all the tests that they've done, they are confident and it is not inconclusive that I do carry that mutation. Hi, Mr. William. So I believe that I know what it is I need to know when it comes to my surgery. I'll be in the hospital for about 4 days or so, and I'll be down for a little bit. The recovery is a long one, but if God says so, it won't be. I have faith, the faith that was taught to me as a child, that God's will be done. And I'm prepared to accept that. Can you hear me? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Thank you. Okay. I've learned how to come back to the live without having to start another one. Yes. Thank you guys. Appreciate you bearing with me. The one thing that I want you to know is that family history is very, very important. I had an aunt, God rest her soul, and I didn't know a lot of family history on my father's side. And as we casually had conversations over the phone, she started telling me about different things. And I was able to ask her questions. And as I was asking her questions, she was talking about members of my family on my father's side that had the same issues medically that I'm having. And I was able to get a family history. So there's a history of cancer on my father's side. And there are other things that I probably would need to have a bit more detail so that I could explain it. But I realized where I got some things from. On my mother's side, there's a history of cancer. And now that I'm informed, when I go to the doctor, instead of saying, I don't know or I'm not sure, I came in with the knowledge that was required for them to help me. It's very important not to move too fast and think that you're going to be young and healthy forever. I'm not saying bad things is going to happen. I'm saying make sure that you get your history because they will ask you. So she gave me what I needed for a totally different issue, and they were able to start treating me because I asked the right questions. Nobody wants to sit around and talk about illnesses or being sick or anything like that, but they were able to help me because I did. So I'm saying if you have a history of these things in your family, jot it down or sit down and talk to your children, not smaller children. I'm saying I have adult children. So it leaves a big lump in my throat to know that I could possibly pass something on to them. But what they said to me was they need to be screened for it. So I'm not going to claim that, but I'm going to make them aware of the situation so that early detection can be the key for them. As I had said before, uh, going on 5 years, I'm still breast cancer free on the left side. Thank you, Jesus. And I say to myself, like, why? Why? I know, I don't want to keep saying that, but that 3-letter word is just perplexing sometimes. And I was able to ask those questions today. And I was how do you say that? Predisposed for it. It doesn't necessarily have to happen, but in my case, it happened. So they have so many different treatments and so many different breakthroughs that they have that they didn't have years ago. And when you hear that word, cancer, it's not an automatic death sentence anymore. And these surgeons and the doctors and the nurses and the assistants, they are very, very, very confident that they can handle this. So what I do is what I was taught to do. Ask the Lord to touch the minds and the hearts and the hands of these surgeons. Anyone who's going to touch me that day, anyone who has anything to do with my care, touch them so that they help and not hurt, so that I can be a testimony to let everyone know who God is. And at this point, I don't feel like I was feeling like I was being punished for something, but no, I don't feel that way anymore. I was just predisposed to the breast cancer gene. I'm very happy with the hospital that I chose. I'm very happy with the test results. And at this point, ain't nothing to it but to do it. I would like to thank my mother, who's my rock, my sisters and brothers, and my beautiful sons and their children who are here and who are to come. I have dedicated subscribers that when I hit this live button, you guys just come and you say encouraging things and you wish me well. And I thank you. I thank you for it. Someone just got the news that they have cancer. And I can tell you what that feels like. It feels like the room is losing air, and you try to breathe, and as hard as you try, no air is coming in, no air is going out. And once you gather, well, once I gathered myself, I realized that this is a way for me to let the Lord know that not only do I believe that you will get me through this, but there may be a day that I'm not here and some of my descendants might have to go through it. You feel like you feel like not like you're giving up hope. It's just for that moment. It is just a devastating blow. And I'm getting better with it. But of course, That's not something you want to go through. So a lot of times my mind kind of takes me to a dark place, and I don't mean to. So I ask for help. I was even able to do a conference call with my family, and we were able to talk openly about what the surgery would entail, my recovery, possible complications, and the solutions to those complications. Please excuse my pause. I'm trying to stay focused. But I thank all the content creators that share my video. And most of all, the sacrifice that was made, that I was taught for the entire world, that Jesus made so that I can be healed. Mr. William, you are a very large part of my support system. Watermelon Sugar, Angela, Regina, Gail, Boss Lady, Spill It, Spill It Boy, uh, Jaded, Bashful, Lady Nika, Deanna, Goddess, Boss Lady, so many others. If I don't call your name, charge it to my head and not my heart. I really got a lot of love for y'all. I really do. But I really do want y'all to have that conversation. How did Aunt so and so pass? How did Uncle so and so pass? You got to have that conversation because I didn't know. And all of that led me where I am today. And they knew where to start, and it saved a lot of time, and it could have possibly saved my life. You guys are awesome. You really are. Thank you, Mr. Williams. I have a lot of fun with y'all. We come in here and we talk and we laugh and I cry. But this is just a little comfort zone for me. And you guys kind of spoiled me a little bit because I really do come here to feel better, and I do. Some of you I've known for many years. Some of you I just met. And I love you too, baby girl. But there's someone out there who is not taking things very seriously. when they say change your diet, when they say watch your weight, just the smallest things sometimes can mean so much. But I'm not sad. I'm a little emotional, but I'm not sad. Everybody keep my brother Bashful B in prayer. He's going through some things, and going over to his channel, and he's very open and honest about it. At this point, I have no doubt. Maybe I'll wake up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and it'll hit me again. And I'm just going to have to say the same prayer that got me through before. I'll say that same prayer again. And I'll say it as many times as I have to. I want God to use me. I want him to use me to remind anyone that he is God. And it is his ultimate decision that will prevail. And whatever that is, I accept it. So, does anyone have any questions that they want to ask me? Anything that you don't understand? I don't know what else I can do or say. All I know is that I'm going to do what they say, and I'm going to be ready. And I'm going to have my boys by my side and my family. And Jesus is going to push me into the operating room. Got me crying, love, but I'm smiling also because it's all love for you. And yes, I understand. You're at peace, love. I am. I am. I'm at peace with it. It's just very overwhelming. And by coming on here and talking to y'all, it allows me to get that out. And I hope to God I help somebody. I do. We have so much fun. And it's organic. It's like when y'all come in here, you're not forcing yourself to be here. It feels like you want to be here. And that means a lot to me. And my family had a chance to see how you guys support me. And they're appreciative as well. My oldest son wants to take me on the beach. He loves the beach and he wants to take me to the beach. So I said, I really can't take any chances right now because I can't afford to get anything or contract anything, or I have to stay near my doctor. And I'm not saying that I'm afraid. I'm saying that I have to use my head. I have to use prudence and good judgment. But you know what? When all this is over, I'm going to come back on my page And I'm going to show you a picture of me and my baby on the beach. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all. Please make sure that you talk about your medical history with your children when they're old enough to understand. If you're not able to tell them, write it down, put it somewhere. Yes, we do have a history of diabetes. Yes, we do have a history of cancer. Yes, we do have a history of rheumatoid arthritis. And whatever it is, make sure that they have access to that. And like I said, early detection is the key. It's always the key. The longer you wait, the longer you put things off, it changes things. And like I said, when I had that lump in my breast years ago, I was too busy to go see about it. So I skipped that mammogram for that year. And I felt it. It was hard and it was poking through my clothes. And I knew it was there, but I still had things to do. So when I finally got there, it was stage 2, triple negative breast cancer. The doctor said, time is not on your side, Miss King. You can go and get a second opinion. You're more than welcome. But this is very aggressive and we have to treat it aggressively. So I had the chemo every 2 weeks. The first round of chemo was 2 chemos at once. And it hit me hard. It hit me real hard. When I finished with that, I found out I didn't do 4 rounds, I did 8. Then after that, I had 4 more. And by the time I was ready to go to surgery, it had gotten so small they could barely find it. In this instance, I had a stomach ache. My stomach just kept hurting. And I had no idea why my stomach was hurting. And another key to your health is make sure you have a doctor that you can talk to. Make sure that they understand what you're saying and that they hear you. I really felt like what I was going through was being dismissed. So one night I was in so much pain. I had never felt that kind of pain before in my life. I went to the ER for a stomach ache. And this particular rude person who was sent to give me the news, he says, well, you have stage 4 ovarian cancer and there's nothing we can do for you. And I freaked totally out. I had like a little bit of juice on my phone. So my mom and my best friend was on the phone. And I said, I don't know if I can do this one. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this one. This is too much, mommy. This is too much. I reverted back to that little girl who was scared of the dark. And they calmed me and they comforted me. And from that moment on, I was treated for stage 4 ovarian cancer. It shrank pretty good. But then after my series of chemo, it started to spread again. So where it has spread to, now I know. And they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. They said at least 4 weeks after your chemotherapy, we want to go ahead and do the surgery. And he was saying that that's what we call the sweet spot. We have it where we can go in, and our objective with this surgery is to go in and remove it. So I'm aware I will have a total hysterectomy. I'm aware of that. I'm also aware of the complications. I'm also aware of the recovery. But I'm ready. I'm ready. You know, there's somebody out there who doesn't have any family. And if they do have family, they're not speaking to them, or they don't have medical coverage. They have no way of seeing about themselves. And my heart goes out to them, but I pray to God that that's not my case. I have very good medical coverage. I probably won't be able to work anymore. But that's what has to happen. I'm all right with that. I don't live beyond my means, you know. I have enough to take care of myself. And I still want to be of help to someone else if they need me. This is my way of saying thank you. Thank you so much. I don't take any of this for granted. I don't. Don't skip your mammograms. Men, you can get breast cancer as well. Make sure you get your prostate checked. You're uncomfortable for a little while, but then it's over. I just want to close my eyes and wake up and hug my babies. That's what I want to do. I want to wake up and hug my babies. And I will. I will. Because God wants to use me. God wants to use me to let somebody know that nothing is too hard for him. And I will continue for the rest of my life to give him the glory. I will. I will. Thank you, Mr. William. Thank everybody. I appreciate y'all. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're getting ready to do this. We're getting ready to do this. And whatever is in store for my life, I accept it. Because it was already written. It's already been written the day I was born. what's going to happen to me. And that's what faith means. Knowing everything is going to be all right and I don't have to know how. I just believe that it will be. And let it be so. Okay, guys. There's not really much more I want to say. Unless you guys have something you want to say. Yeah, baby. Some days I don't feel so strong. But it gets better. Jaded Nerd, you are one of the strongest people I have met on YouTube. Your story adds to my courage. Bashful, your story adds to my courage. This is something money can't buy. This is something money can't buy, you know? So that's it. I just gotta not get upset. I have to stay very calm. No arguing and swinging and banging. None of that. The battle is not ours, it's the Lord's. So anytime I can come on here and laugh and joke with you guys, it takes my mind off of a lot of things. I'm not in denial. Just that laughter is a merry medicine. That's been proven to be true. I just gotta try to eat more. I'm doing my best with that. I just gotta try to eat more. Right now, it hurts when I walk. It really hurts when I walk. My legs. I can't stand too long. I can't sit too long. No lifting and pulling and dragging and bending. My family is awesome. And they got me. I'm already imagining getting to the other side of this painful disease. You know, I love you. Wish I could just hold your hand, look into your eyes, and say, we've made it. And I know we shall be singing Frankie Beverly songs. Yep. Right now, it's the golden time of day. It's the golden time of day. You're a beautiful person, Mr. William, and everyone in this chat. But just heed my warning. Heed my warning and make sure you have a doctor that hears you, not just treat you like a number. Insist to treat you like an individual. The hospital that I chose is very well renowned for their success rate. And I feel like a priority when I go there. I do. I feel like they really want the best for me. They make me comfortable. They help me to understand. And you know how sometimes, like when you go to the doctor, you almost feel like you're wasting their time, or you have to hurry up and talk because there's another patient over there and they just whoosh, 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 and it's over. And by the time you get home, you forgot what you were going to say. And then you remember. And my mom always tells me, write things down. Write it down when you think about it. So when you get to the doctor, you can read it. And that was a good tip. Some of the medicines are harsh. And if you're in my position, I know you really don't want to take them, but you have to take it. You have to do these things. Medicines have side effects. You have to take them. You are so beautiful, Crystal. We are here for you. Thank you so much, love. I believe that. I really do believe that. And I appreciate you, Gina. I have a sister named Regina. So, no, Gail, I won't be able to go to your party, doll baby. But I'll try to find a way to show my love. I don't have time to dislike anyone. I don't have time to hate anybody. I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to make time for that. There are so many things that are going on that is so unimportant to me right now. They're just unimportant. And I don't want to fill my spirit with a bunch of drama. I just want to stay positive and just keep the thought of waking up and holding my boys. That's what I want to do. I believe God will allow me to do that. So I'm going to get ready to go. I thank y'all so much. I can't say it enough. And because I didn't call your name doesn't mean that I didn't receive your love. I'm just tired right now. So get me a little rest. I might have a little burst of energy. I don't know. Today was a very uh, it was a day that God made, so I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. That's what it was. I have no complaints. So guys, if you don't have anything else you want to say before I go, I don't want to bust out crying on here. I just don't want to. But if you can hear my heart, if you could just hear my heart, you have to stay positive and keep any and all negativity out and stay and away from your spirit. Those are facts. They are. They are facts. Rest well, honey. Love, peace, and aces. I almost hate to leave you guys. But there are really serious life situations that's going on YouTube. I'm fighting for my life right now. That's what I'm doing. I don't hear your heart. I feel your heart. Thank you. Take your time and get plenty of rest. When you're ready, we'll be here. Thank you. All right, everybody. I just want to let you know how that went. And I'm just going to be still. That's what I got to do. I got to be still. Thanks for real, Angela. Everybody. My little cubby hole over here. I appreciate y'all. And I got to get ready to go. Y'all have a good night. If I get in my head, get to thinking too much, I'll let y'all know. Because I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But I really believe that you care. I really do. Thank you guys for listening. Love, peace, and chicken grease.